This video is a crash course on personal banking for young Aussies. I'm talking about your day-to-day bank account and debit card. Chances are your parents set it up for you when you were little. It's probably with one of the big four banks, and chances are it kind of sucks. How does it suck? Two things: account fees and interest rates. So for fees, some of the shittier accounts will charge you $4 or $5 a month just to use it. They often will waive these until you turn 30 and then just start sneaking them in later. On top of that, you've got ATM fees. If you ever use an ATM that's not the same brand as your bank, you might cop a fee for that. Lastly, you've got foreign exchange fees. So if you ever buy anything on your debit card that's not in Aussie dollars, for example, you make an online purchase in US dollars, or if you go overseas for a holiday and you're using your card to pay for stuff, chances are your bank is just adding an extra 3% onto all of those transactions. On the interest rate side, a good bank will pay you interest on the savings that you have in your account. It's loosely based on the cash rate, which is that rate that the government sets every few months that you maybe hear about in the news. But the bottom line is a good bank will pay you a competitive rate, but a lot of them don't. I'm making this video in November 2025, and currently the best rate that you can get is 4.8% per annum. So for every $1,000 that you've got in your bank account throughout the year, the bank will pay you $48. If we compare that to some of the shittier accounts from some of the big banks, they're paying 0.5 to 1.5%. So you're missing out on $30 or $40 for every $1,000 that you've got in your bank account. I get that we're not talking about big amounts of money here. You're paying maybe $40 or $50 in account fees, another $50 or $60 in ATM fees and foreign exchange fees, and then potentially missing out on, say, if you have $3,000 in your bank account, another $100, $120 in interest throughout the year. All up, that's like $200, $250 a year. But in personal finance, it really is the little things that add up over time that make the biggest differences. So go and make this change now, and you will be taking a step towards setting yourself up for success in the long run. Now, who should you change to? I personally really like Macquarie. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, just the account that I have been using for the past 10 or so years, and it's good because it ticks all the boxes with no strings attached. There is no account fees and no ATM fees. In fact, you can use any ATM in Australia, and if you get charged a fee, even by those dodgy ones at the back of the pub, Macquarie will pay for it, and they will refund that fee back into your account. It's also got no foreign exchange fees, so it's a really good card for online purchases and for travel. When it comes to interest, Macquarie doesn't offer the best rate, but they do offer a really good rate with no strings attached. Like I said before, the best you can currently get is 4.8%. Macquarie is currently offering 4.25%. Although, if you go and sign up for the first 4 months, you get a little bonus, and it's currently 4.6%. But the bottom line is that they will pay you that interest on all of the money in all of your accounts every month, guaranteed. And that includes any money in your debit card account, which I don't think any other bank does. When I say strings attached, what I am talking about is that 4.8% rate that is currently offered by ING. Now, ING is a good bank. This is a good account, but they make you meet certain criteria in order to get your interest each month. You have to deposit $1,000 into your bank account. You have to use your debit card 5 times, and you have to increase the balance of your savings account. The first two are fine. If this is your day-to-day account, you're going to hit those, no worries. But it's the increasing your balance each month that puts me off. Because if you're saving money, at some point you're going to want to take that money out to either invest it or buy the thing that you were saving for, whether that's a car or a holiday or whatever. When you do that, you miss out on your interest for that month. And if you miss 1 month of the year, your rate effectively comes down from 4.8% to 4.4%, which is still better than Macquarie, but it's pretty neck and neck now. If you happen to miss a second month for some reason, that rate goes down to like a flat 4%, and you're getting a worse rate than what you would have got out of Macquarie without ever having to think about any of this stuff. I am all about making your personal finances as brain dead simple as possible to get right, and Macquarie really ticks the box for that, which is why I really like it. So go and sign up now. I will put the link in the description. It's completely free. It's going to take you like 10 minutes, and then in a couple of days, you'll have your bank account details and your new debit card. And then all you need to do is just go and update stuff to use these new accounts. Take your new bank details into your employer and get them to start putting your paychecks in there. If you have any direct debits that are automatically coming out of that old account each month, like your rent, for example, make sure you go and update those. And then any automatic payments that are on your debit card, so your utilities, subscriptions, etc., make sure you go and change those over as well. Lastly, should you shut down your old account? If it is one of the ones that could be charging you fees at some point, absolutely. Go and download all of your old bank statements, stick them in the cloud somewhere, and then shut that shit down. If it's not, then it's fine. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to hurt your credit rating or anything like that. It's fine to keep it open if you want. It can sometimes be handy to have a spare bank account, but it's up to you. So that is it. If you do this, you will be one step closer to having your shit together when it comes to your personal finances. If you want to do more, definitely go and check out the rest of the crash course, because the really important stuff is the basics of investing and index funds and using the right superannuation account. I've also got another video that goes into a bit more depth on this stuff and shows how I set up my personal bank accounts with Macquarie. So if you're interested, go and check that out. And then there's also just a bunch of other good videos on the basics of personal finance on my channel. My goal is to help you understand these basics and set yourself up with the best shot for success in the long run. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, go and check out some other videos.